Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. We just hit 27.4k subscribers. Can we get to 28k by the end of the month? Please like this video down below and subscribe before we get started. But today, let's get started. We are going to be talking about Michael Bloomberg reportedly considering Hillary Clinton, of all people, Hillary Clinton, Hydrogen Hillary herself, as his running mate. This story was released earlier today in the New York Post, talking about how Hillary Clinton said never say never on being offered a VP slot. And at the very least, apparently the reports are showing that Michael Bloomberg campaign sources said that he's been polling him and Hillary as the VP in the internal polls, and they are showing that potentially, in their view, they could be a formidable force in the Democrat primary. Now, honestly, this might not be very easy to take serious for some of you, but I want to make the case for how it could happen. Michael Bloomberg and Hillary Clinton are the two people tied to the DNC. Hillary Clinton has deep ties within that organization. She rigged it against Bernie once. She very well could be instrumental in rigging it against Bernie again. It's something that we will have to see as we move forward. And apparently the superdelegates are going to play a role again. Here is 538's forecast right here. Most people say contested convention. Well, not most people, but a plurality of people, 38% of all bets are going on the no one being the largest candidate that could win. Bernie has a 36% chance. Biden has a 13% chance. Bloomberg on the first ballot has a 7% chance. But the no one really entails a contested convention with Biden's purple line right here, the pink line or whatever you want to call its massive free fall. It is very possible and extremely possible that Bloomberg will be the nominee. The DNC superdelegates are all going to put their support behind Bloomberg, just like they put their support behind Hillary. However, Bloomberg might not have the exact pull on policy and on every single thing the DNC wants to do. That's where Hillary Clinton comes in. They love Hillary and they love Bloomberg for different reasons. So Hillary Clinton and Bloomberg will fill their pockets up once again. It's very possible this could happen. And it is a big slap in the face to the Bernie bros and everybody else who was going against the Democrat establishment. Now, this would turn off Bernie bros even more from voting for Michael Bloomberg. Obviously, you'll have some people that will come out to just vote against Donald Trump. But this ticket right here, this tandem would be absolutely hilarious. And it would be a massive failure for Democrats, too. I think that you would see a lot of 2016 vibes type of stuff going on, except this time Donald Trump actually has a significant amount of accomplishments to his name to boot, and he will go up there against Michael Bloomberg and absolutely decimate him, and Hillary Clinton will be charged on her record. She'll go up against Mike Pence in the VP debate. They'll go hand in hand. Mike Pence is a decent debater. He really held his own against Tim Kaine. I definitely think he could take down Hillary Clinton as well, and this is just some nostalgic grab from 2016. You have all the people that say, oh, Hillary's the queen, she's the rightful president, she beat Donald Trump, it was Russia, they rigged the election, so she should be president. Well, this is quite hilarious, and it also goes to show how ultimately power hungry and out of touch with the American people that Hillary Clinton is, that she just cannot accept defeat. She is so power hungry, she is so out of touch with the ordinary American that she just cannot accept the fact that people just don't like her. She wants to get herself and get her nose as close to the White House as possible. And it's a total joke. She'll do anything possible in order to get that support. She'll do anything possible in order to get close. And don't get me wrong for saying this, but I definitely, if something mysterious happens to Michael Bloomberg in his first year or so in office, that's very, very possible. And Hillary Clinton will take over as president of the United States. She very well could still find a way into that office, and I've said this for a couple years now. I've said that Hillary Clinton will sit out 2020. She really doesn't want to go against Trump, at least not at the front of the ticket, but she's not done. This woman, I mean, people talk about health concerns. That was a problem back in 2015. That was a problem before then. She is not giving up. She is still the face and rooted deep in the deep pockets of the DNC. She is still that candidate that she thinks that she is entitled to the White House. She's entitled to power. Even some Democrats admit that Hillary Clinton is feels entitled to the presidency. presidency. And it's very true. Michael Bloomberg considering Hillary is going to be laughable, and if he actually picks her as the VP, that'd be honestly hilarious. Now, there's also another chance that Hillary Clinton will throw her hat in the ring at a contested convention, and she will try to get other candidates to give her the delegates. It's very possible that she will go up there and try to get all the superdelegates. She could get all the superdelegates, and she could get the nomination because she just wants that power. Now, Trump might not be able to be the candidate that she can beat, but apparently if Republicans make a mistake in 2024 and nominate a bad candidate, Hillary Clinton might put her hat in the ring in 2024 and honestly go out there in 2024 and beat that Republican. So Republicans have to pick a good, not only just a good candidate when it's all said and done, but good choices to begin with. So Hillary Clinton will not be so determined to run because she will do anything she can do for power. She thought Trump was the weak candidate. Trump went out there and he beat her, and I question to think myself, could have a neocon done the same thing? Because would have a neocon attacked Hillary Clinton the same way Donald Trump did that was so destructive to her campaign at the end of it? That's a question I'll never know because that's really budging into alternative history territory. But when I look at this, it's ultimately just laughable. The fact that this woman just cannot give it up. There's always some reason, and if you question her on it or if you call her on it, she'll just say, oh, you're sexist. You don't want a woman in the White House because she plays the woman card. And women aren't necessarily going to come out for Michael Bloomberg or Joe Biden, partially, in fact, because they have a very bad track record with women that borderlines on what they could call Trump's track record bad. I don't think Trump's track record is too terrible, but I definitely think that there's a lot of skeletons in Bloomberg's closet. I believe there was some altercation where with a pregnant woman, and he said awful things to her. Biden, obvious reasons, is far and away the worst candidate to deal with women, to vie for the presidency ever since Bill Clinton back in 1992. So this is ultimately a total joke, but it's very possible that it could happen, and I think that I'm making a good case for it when I talk about the DNC, and the DNC is ultimately just so corrupt. It's breaking down. They're in debt. They need their savior to bring the money home. That's Bloomberg, and they need their lead influencer out there to get the corruption pushed in terms of power. They think Hillary Clinton could go and be that person. There's a reason why Bloomberg is including Hillary Clinton in the internal polling for his campaign. And it is a joke, and I actually do sympathize with Bernie Sanders and other supporters that basically understand that this is a crooked and corrupt system in the Democrat Party. Again, they claim that the DNC is basically the Democratic Party, but their nomination process is the least democratic of any party that we have in America. Now, the Republican Party nomination process really wasn't too fair to Donald Trump, but it was a little bit fairer because he was able to beat the rest of them. Now, Bernie Sanders is going to be going up, and he has a very, very, very slim chance at actually winning this outright. Even if he wins every single state in the primary, which is technically a possibility, it's a very slim one at the moment, he could still lose to Michael Bloomberg because you have all these other people that are staying and they have their hat in the ring, and you have a very, very high % chance of a contested convention. Back when there was a very, very very many candidates in this race, they had like 25 candidates, the potential contested convention percentage was like 1 in 8. Now it's 2 in 5. That is like roughly a 40% chance of it happening. So we see this data here, and we see what Michael Bloomberg is doing, and he's testing the waters. So something must be going on behind the scenes that we don't know about. I'm not trying to get in depth into too many conspiracies here, but this is ultimately just hilarious. And if she is the VP nominee, we are going to have an absolute heyday mocking her, mocking Bloomberg, because you can attack Hillary Clinton on every single issue. Democrats lost in part because they were attacking Trump on every issue, but Hillary Clinton in that same regard had something like 10 times worse. So evidently it ultimately led to Donald Trump's success and Hillary Clinton's defeat, and to watch her break down for a second time in defeat, and as the Trump train rolls on to 4 more years of victory, it's going to be absolutely hilarious. Whether she's at the top of the ticket, whether she's at the back of the ticket, it doesn't matter. She's going to be out there on the campaign trail with Bloomberg if this is the case. It would be ultimately hilarious. So, yeah, if you're a Republican, cross over for Michael Bloomberg if you want things to be very interesting, because if Bloomberg picks Hillary Clinton, that's going to doom really his chances. He doesn't know it yet, because the fundraising thing can't be helped with Hillary Clinton because Bloomberg is the main source of his campaign funding, and they both have ultimately bad approval ratings. People talk about Donald Trump's approval being at 45%. Well, it was at 37% with 58% disapproval when he won back in 2016. And Hillary Clinton's disapproval and approval rating is roughly Trump 2016's approval now. And I wouldn't expect it to increase very much if she does get the nomination, but it would be ultimately hilarious. A very poor strategy from a Democrat standpoint, but again, the Democratic Party is not necessarily the strategy masters, because if that was the case, Donald Trump would not be president right now. Again, Hillary Clinton in particular, she lost to a man named Barack Obama back in 2008, and then she loses to a businessman who never had office before. Now that businessman has held office, and he's done a decent job as president, and Hillary Clinton has not done really any good things in her 40 years in politics except lead to the basically indirectly find ISIS and do a bunch of other dumb little things that have had a really negative impact on people's lives. But it is what it is. Hillary Clinton, Michael Bloomberg, I really would advise you to pick Hillary as your running mate. It would be wonderful to watch, and it would be wonderful to watch Donald Trump roll over both of you to 4 more years as president of the United States to keep America great. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching this video. Please like this video down below, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell for notifications as well so you never miss another video. Follow me on social media, donate to the Patreon, join the Discord, join the subreddit, links in description. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Red Eagle, out.